Hey there, everybody. It's Bob with Trade Genius. Got my good friend Phil here. We got a great one for you today. Bitcoin went down, hit major support. It has a date with a price. It has to get over it. Phil's going to walk us through the details. Stay tuned.
Trade Genius.
Okay, Phil, we watched Bitcoin kind of implode with the market here a little bit, but it landed right on the support we expected it to land on, and it had a major, major recovery. But is it out of the woods yet? Let's go through your stuff.
Right. So we had a pullback on Bitcoin. Our first level that we tried to buy was 55,000. That didn't really hold. And then I said, if that doesn't hold, let's pick it up between 48 and 50. That held. And it held for an awesome bounce. We had an $8,000 candle the other day, and now we're going into the weekend, which typically sees us go up into Monday. So good stuff. Where I would like to start off with is kind of the technicals here of just some of the indicators we use. Right here, we have our Kona, our Sniper, we have our worm indicator, and we have our Heat Pro, which shows us the different oscillations. Kind of a different take on something like an RSI. It's a different calculation, but an oscillator like that. And what you'll notice is that the big signals are on the daily here, and we have our Kona and Sniper. We call those combos a super Kona, and basically you get those on the daily, and they're very powerful. And you can see how price has responded, and it's currently responding on this current move up. So they're very powerful for that. We see the daily worm is starting to turn green. That's also a powerful signal that happened here, move up. Back here, we had a turn here before it really started to push up. So it's good to see that. And then we have all these green bars on our heat signal, and that's basically telling us that the oscillator is turning up on multiple different time frames, and that's also very bullish. So cyclically, it's a dip buy and it's really bullish. On top of that, we have these two ranges in yellow. You'll notice that we're filling out this range essentially, and the idea here is that we're going to finally break out, and we'll look at a monthly chart to kind of look at the bigger structure on why we think that is. But we're back in this upper range. What happened over the weekend was we lost that range momentarily, right? But this is what we call bullish reclaim, and then you trap all the bears in there, right? So back over this level of 56,500. At this point, that's real key. If we get any weakness, even over the weekend, 56,500 is a key level to reclaim. I don't think we're going to see that far down unless maybe something pops off in the Middle East and you get a quick knee-jerk reaction, then possibly we could see something like that. Otherwise, the next level that we want to try to get over is the 65,167. So just wanted to show on the daily, like all the technicals, all the various timeframes are pointing for a cyclical bounce to continue here. And I think you saw that really solidified on that $8,000 candle we got on, I believe it was Thursday. Okay, so the next chart. Something that a lot of people don't quite understand is Bitcoin spot premium. And that's what this is here in blue. And you'll notice that it really matters for price, right? Because if price is rising, we see a lot of positive premium, right? And if price is pulling back or really falling backwards, you're going to see negative premium. And so essentially when you see premium starting to go negative, you really want to be careful about buying the dips. I have a little bit of a trend band in there, similar to the trend stuff that we use in Trade Genius, and that helps to tell me when the premium is starting to turn back up, even though it's not quite positive, but you're looking for the premium to start to turn up. And so when this turns green, that tells me that, hey, get ready for buying the dip. And then once you get the positive premium coming in, it went back up. So that's the power of positive premium. The other thing we have down here is DXY pressure, new indicator we came up with. This works on stocks and commodities as well, but Bitcoin is really sensitive to DXY pressure. What it's doing is it's measuring whether or not the pressure of the dollar move currently is bullish or bearish. We have a proprietary formula for that. And you'll notice that when the dollar is positive, it's positive for price, right? So all through here, you'll see price moves up, right? Then when price has a hard time getting higher, we'll notice there's no positive dollar pressure, right? The gaps in the chart are because the dollar index doesn't print over the weekend versus a continuous chart. But you'll notice that negative dollar pressure, price doesn't go anywhere, and in fact falls back. And so whenever you have, like, especially if you have negative dollar pressure and negative spot premium, there's really, you're just not really going to get a response if you dip buy, right? But if you start turning up, you get green now and positive spot pressure, price responds really favorably. So it's really important to keep an eye on this, especially for Bitcoin. Okay. Unfortunately, we're able to have a lot of transparency in the different Bitcoin exchanges, so we can see differences, in terms of spot premium and things like that. So it's a little different in traditional markets in that regard. So you have a little more X-ray, if you will, on the markets. The last thing I want to show you guys here, and I'll throw it back over to you, Bob, is that this is some on-chain stuff. This is called the realized price STH, or what stands for is short-term hodler. So what it's doing is it's looking at the more recently traded Bitcoin that's moved around on the blockchain at the current prices. And so it tells you, there's a calculation you can do, tells you like where's everybody's realized price in terms of where they're holding Bitcoin on the short-term stuff, not the long-term hodlers, but the short-term hodlers. And so that's an interesting metric, because what you'll notice is that on the chart here, it acts like support and resistance. So back here, when we were back in after the last peak, right? If you notice, the bear market doesn't ever really get over that realized price. It just acts like a cap. And so it's futile to really try to long the market until you recover this. All right. So it's a bull bear kind of a thing. And then during the bull market, you do have your spots where you fall under it, right? And in a bull market, those are advantageous buys. The thing about where we are now, and this goes along with yesterday's video about, are we making a lower high, or are we going to go back and make new highs and break out, right? Same thing for Bitcoin. If we're not going to break out, then we should not get back over $64,000. That is our current short-term hodler realized price. If we hit 64,000 and we reject, big red flags need to come up, because that may be our lower high. And then we're rolling over into a bear market, much like what we saw, if I reset this here, much like what we saw back here at the end of the 2022 peak, and then subsequent bear market. So really critical juncture here for both markets, both the stock market and Bitcoin. Setup is very similar, except we have this realized price that has acted like a bull bear line in the sand, basically. And we need to reclaim that, Bob, in order to basically stamp that, yeah, we are going to go higher. We're going to see a blow off move. If we do that on Bitcoin, I suspect we're going to see our blow off move in the SPX.
Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you have not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening. Phil, if we do get stoned at the 64,000 level and we start rolling back over and we get a sell signal, guys, that's probably where you want to exit Misty, or you want to buy MicroStrategy puts. You want to go 30/70 Coney fiat, okay? And I guarantee you, if Bitcoin's rolling over, Nvidia's rolling over, so there's going to be probably we'll change that pair trade to a 30/70 as well. And we're going to profit handsomely, in that environment. And now that MicroStrategies went 10 for 1 like Nvidia did, they make a really great vehicle for trading puts and calls short term. And we're trading those in the VIP room. If you want to get action there, just check us out. Check out that bundle. If you want to trade the action in Bitcoin, check out Phil's room in crypto. And then if you want to do some swing trades, the ETF room's there for you. And if you're really interested in Phil's DXY thing, it's not open to the public, but if you do some coaching with him, I'm sure you could talk him into providing the indicator for you. So guys, these are great tools. The amount of money you spend on a coaching session and an indicator like this probably could save you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. So check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch you Monday. Next week is going to be absolutely pivotal. See you later.
Trade Genius.